talking about Tyson Fury, I've just been reading about him bitching and moaning about losing to Usyk, talking about he wants a fair shake. He boxed him in the first fight and he was lucky to not get chinned in round 9. The referee basically jumped in and saved him. Then he gets the rematch, tries again, fails again. No shame in losing to a guy like Alexander Usyk. He's one of the best to do it. But don't come out now when you're retired and say, oh, I just want a fair go, I want a fair judging to get a fair result. You got a fair shake. The judges ruled the correct decision, not once but twice. You got beat fair and square. You're good, but you're not as good as what you think you are. You've got a foot reach, a foot height advantage, loads of weight. You got beat by a smaller man. He's a cruiserweight, really, Usyk. He stepped up to heavyweight. He's cleaned up. He's done AJ twice. He's done Dubois. He's probably going to do Dubois again. I ain't got a favourite in that fight, by the way. It's not happened yet. But he's done you twice, and he'll do you through a third time. He should be magnanimous in defeat. You do the sport no favours by moaning about judges and wanting a fair crack at the whip. You got fucking done. Get over it and move on.
And there is Carl the Cobra Froch and his take on Tyson Fury and his latest claims. And let me counterpunch. I agree 100% about the pissing, the moaning, the complaining, and the bitching. Then more. I do agree with Carl Froch all the way through. You know, he's complaining about something, he didn't get a fair shake, and you know, and all that. I agree with all of that, and then more, and then here's the more. You know the real reason that Tyson Fury hates the idea of losing to Usyk? Because everyone else has too. And for him to be beaten by Alexander Usyk along with everyone else, it makes him in the class of everyone else. It makes him look no different than anyone else, no special than anyone else. It makes him a normal fighter, especially the fighters that he claims that he's so much better than. So you think about it logically, if you claim you're better than Daniel Dubois, you'll box his head off. You'll annihilate him. If you're better than Anthony Joshua, he's a stiff, dumb, thick-necked idiot. If you're better than Derek Chisora, if you're better than those guys, but you've all been beaten by the same guy, where does that really put you without fighting those guys? On the same playing field. That's where it puts you. That's why Tyson hates it, if you think about it. I'm no better than anyone else if I got beaten like everyone else. That's simple. That's a simple way to break down something in a logical way. You're in the circle with everyone else. There is nothing special about the Gypsy King. He can be beaten by a guy that's just better than everyone else that he's beaten, including you. That's all. And I think Tyson thinks about that. And I know he can't feel like a hypocrite. He has to feel like a hypocrite if you talk about these guys that are not talented or skilled, but then yet one guy's beating you all. You can't be a step or two over those guys without fighting those guys. And this comes down to a conclusion. Tyson Fury should fight Daniel Dubois. Tyson Fury should fight Anthony Joshua. Why? Because fighting those guys would show that you're better than those guys. Not because you've all got beat by the same guy. You see what I mean? That's the true reality of it, because of the styles make fights, is the equation that you should all understand. Not the triangle theory. That doesn't make any sense. Okay? So it's who's better on the night, who has the better style that coexists with each other, that coincides with each other. That's the reality of boxing, the formula that both fighters have. That's the reality of boxing, see? Where Tyson thinks, oh, well, I got cheated. I'm special. No, you're not. You got beaten by everyone else. Just Usyk finds a way to win, and he found a way to beat you. So, it has to be a controversy or something that happened and, oh, I was discriminated. That's it. He couldn't just be better than me the nights that I fought him. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the first fight was an excuse. And I think that kind of hurt more the second go round because the excuses he made in the first fight, the prolonging of the date that caused Turkey Al-Sheikh to put his foot down to say, you know what, I'm tired of your shit. The next person that stops and prolongs or puts off this date, I'm going to find them and I'm going to give that money to the other fighter. And so all that stuff that Tyson Fury did speak of, the kid in the hospital and the sparring because of the lack of sparring because of the cut and you know what I mean, and all this, and when did he get cut? How did he get cut? Who did he get cut by? All this stuff, the evidence that they provided was bullshit about the cut. All of that was a part of the excuses, the excuse care package on why Tyson Fury had such a lackluster performance in the first fight against Alexander Usyk. And the reality of it, he did very good. In fact, he did better than he did the second fight. So when the second fight came along, he's supposed to have no excuses. He's supposed to have the right amount of sparring. The only person that was saying, no, I don't think that style will work. Don't trust Javen Sugar Hill with the crunk style gym technique was John Fury. So, that's the only thing. And then he still came up short. So it was basically someone that got outpunched, outbeaten, and, outboxed by a smaller guy. So the story with Usyk always remains the same. He wins, and Tyson Fury, I don't think, can deal with that reality because it makes him just like everyone else. But you guys tell me what you think of Carl Froch blasting Tyson the Gypsy King Fury about pissing and moaning and complaining and bitching. Of course, please subscribe, like, and share. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.